takes a lot of time, and it's not something that you're going to do right after graduation or right after college. It builds as you progress. So I'm the Director of Communications for the Colorado Hospital Association. We are a membership organization that is the leading voice of all of the hospitals in the state of Colorado. So we work on behalf of those hospitals in a number of ways, on legislative and policy issues, on patient safety and quality improvement, on data analytics, and other areas. Most of my time is spent in my office writing, responding to emails and requests from the media or from our member hospitals, developing marketing materials, working on supporting our events that we put on, and then kind of working on that legislative policy piece as well. And that's part of the fun, I think, of a communications job, is you kind of get to dip your toe into everything that's going on in an organization. So I was very active in student council through high school. It's a lot to stay on top of with your schoolwork or your athletics, and then adding student council on top. It certainly makes you learn to prioritize. But I also think the networking piece is definitely something that can be learned in student council. I made a lot of great connections in my own school and then around the state during my time in student council. And I think even if those networks don't further your career post-college, you've learned some basic networking skills that can be really valuable. As a senior in high school, I knew where I'd be going to college, and that was probably about as far as it went. I had an idea that I might try public relations and communications, but I honestly really didn't know what that field looked like or what it would mean to be doing work in that field. Whether it's just living on your own in a dorm and feeding yourself or, making a new group of friends, it can be difficult, but I felt prepared on the academic side, and I think part of that is just a willingness to learn and tackle new challenges and that excitement to try new things. My first real internship in my career path was the fall after my college graduation. So I came and worked at an agency, a public relations agency here in Denver. That was a little tricky to find. I'd say the summer after graduation was pretty scary. That's a scary transition and can be a kind of tough time. So anything you can do with internships or volunteering while you're still in school is a good start. I would tell seniors, be open to new experiences, try new things, be willing to help out on new things. I think that's something that I learned in college, but even more so in my career. I find that if you're willing to help others, it builds you up as a team member, it makes you feel good, it helps the team, helps the organization. So I would just really urge them to be open to that and willing to learn and tackle new things. So I would just say, if you're interested in communications, marketing, public relations, look for places that will give you an opportunity to learn a lot about all of those things, because it's really great that you can kind of find which skills you're strongest at or what you really enjoy the most, and then look for a position that will allow you to really dive into those. So when I was first starting, I was very driven by getting promoted and working my way up in the agency that I was working at. Then I got married and I had kids, and so now I would say my motivating factor is really about work-life balance. So I'm very fortunate to have a flexible schedule here where I work in the day, but then I also do some work in the evenings, so I can have hours in the afternoon and evening with my kids. So I think it's something that changes, and I would just urge people to be open to that you may start out with a specific goal, and then you'll quickly find as your life changes or as you change that those goals may change too, and that's okay. I'm a very strong writer. I do a lot of writing, and I would think for most people, no matter what career you go into, you'll be faced with doing some writing, and so that's a good skill to really work on. Organizational skills are definitely a must. Everybody finds their own path for how they stay on track with what they need to do, but really honing those and defining what helps you get through the day is important. And so I think mine have become strong over the past 15 years. And then the third thing is, I would say, networking and making connections is an important part of my job and for others launching into a career. I think networking is really about being a resource for people so they know that you're there to assist when needed. Kind of paying it back so that you're not just the only one getting advice, but see what you can offer up to that organization or that person. And then just be patient. I think building a network takes a lot of time, and it's not something that you're going to do right after graduation or right after college. It builds as you progress.